The night sky over Etheria is ablaze with falling stars, like diamonds scattered across the velvet dark. Within the royal castle, Queen Alara faces the trials of childbirth, her labor beginning under the cosmic display. King Thalon paces restlessly, the fate of the kingdom hanging heavy as strange lights flicker from the birthing chamber. Hidden in shadows, Prince Alaric watches, his brooding gaze fixed on the chamber where destiny unfolds. Court astrologers whisper urgently, their voices laced with fear as they interpret the ominous signs accompanying the difficult birth. Magistrate Voss storms into the king's study, his face a mask of raw urgency. In his trembling hands, he clutches ancient scrolls, their secrets ready to spill forth. His voice trembling with dread, he delivers the prophecy. When stars fall from heaven's grasp, the air shall rise with cosmic might to either save the realm or cast it into eternal night. Deep beneath the castle, robed figures assemble in the Shadow Council chamber, their faces masked in flickering torchlight. The chamber pulses with anticipation as they weave intricate plans to seize the child's immense power. Their leader's voice cuts through the air, charged with dark ambition. The prophecy has awakened, our wait is over. 2 decades have passed. Prince Arundel spars with Sir Tavin in the castle courtyard. Suddenly, raw power explodes from Arendel's hands, sending Tavin stumbling backward. Arundel and Tavin stare at each other, stunned by this sudden manifestation of magic. In the dim light, Arundel sits, shadows mirroring the unease in her eyes as she speaks to Tavin. I've been having these dreams, Tavin. Strange dreams. Of speaking stars, Arundel reveals, her voice hushed. Speaking stars? What do you mean? Tavin responds, leaning forward in his seat, his expression questioning. This is unsettling, Arundel. We should keep this quiet, especially from Alaric, Tavin urges, his tone laced with caution. Then we keep this between us. For now, Tavin concludes, his gaze locking with Arendel's in a silent pact. In the resplendent royal ceremony hall, foreign dignitaries present King Thalon with a star-shaped amulet. The amulet, pulsating with ethereal light, suddenly soars through the air. Arundel awaits, his hands outstretched, as the amulet lands in his grasp. A surge of cosmic energy floods Arundel, his features illuminated by a celestial glow. Lady Lysara watches from the crowd, her subtle, knowing smile hinting at mysteries yet unveiled. The royal chambers stir with urgent whispers as news of Arendel's bond with the amulet spreads like wildfire. King Thalon gathers his advisors, their worry palpable as the fate of the kingdom hangs in the balance. Queen Alara confronts the council, her voice resonating with unshakable resolve. It confirms Arundel is the Starfall heir. Lady Lysara enters the castle gardens, where she is introduced to the assembled court. Her intelligent eyes sweep across the court, finally settling on Prince Arundel. With a subtle nod, she acknowledges the prince before speaking with unwavering poise. I request a private audience with Prince Arundel. I possess knowledge of the amulet's origins that may be of great importance. Lysara stands before Arundel in his chambers, surrounded by ancient power. This amulet, Arundel, is more than just an ornament. It's a conduit, Lysara declares, her gaze intense. A key to unlocking the cosmic magic that resides within you. As Lysara extends her hand, the room shimmers with celestial bodies and swirling galaxies. I can show you how to command this power, how to shape reality itself. But the choice, as always, is yours. The War Council chamber hums with tension as news arrives of valorious troop movements. Whispers of Arendel's awakening powers stir unease among the council members. We should launch a preemptive strike, Prince Alaric declares, his voice cutting through the apprehensive atmosphere. Under the cloak of night, Arundel begins his secret training, Lysara's watchful presence guiding him. He struggles to harness the smallest spark of cosmic energy, guided by Lysara's steady hand. Lysara watches intently, her expression a mix of hope and caution as Arundel pushes his limits. Under the cloak of night, Prince Alaric stealthily shadows Arundel to a secluded training area by the castle walls. The cool night air vibrates with the rhythmic cadence of Arendel's relentless sword practice. From the darkness, Alaric watches as Arundel deflects unseen attacks with grace and raw power. Each flawless parry and every forceful thrust highlight Arendel's unmatched skill, igniting a fierce jealousy within Alaric. Crystal chandeliers cast a warm glow across the opulent diplomatic banquet hall, illuminating the assembled dignitaries. Amidst polite conversation, a shadowy assassin suddenly lunges, blade flashing in the light. With lightning reflexes, Arundel unleashes a wave of cosmic energy. The assassin is thrown back, the banquet hall is obliterated, and shocked courtiers gasp at Arendel's raw power. In the opulent royal chambers, gilded tapestries hang askew, casting long shadows across the room as King Thalon surveys the scene. Royal guards stand rigidly at attention, their polished armor gleaming under the chandelier's light. Whispers ripple through the assembled courtiers, their silk robes rustling like dry leaves in a storm. King Thalon's voice echoes through the chamber. Increase security tenfold. No one enters or leaves without my express permission. His command rings out. Find the one who sent this assassin. I want answers, and I want them now. Arundel strides through the city, Tavin at his side, as citizens react with reverence and fear. Some citizens kneel before images of Arundel, their lips moving in silent devotion. In the dimly lit Shadow Council chamber, cloaked figures gather around an obsidian table, their eyes gleaming with malevolence. The assassination attempt was merely a test, a crude measure of his latent abilities. And the results are promising. He possesses a raw power, a potential we can mold. We must subtly guide him, manipulate events to nudge him towards the darker interpretation of the prophecy. Let him believe his choices are his own, while we pull the strings from the shadows. Sunlight pierces the forest canopy, illuminating Lysara, whose eyes reflect the wisdom of ages as she settles on a mossy log. She speaks, her voice echoing softly through the trees. Long ago, the celestial beings walked among us. They shared their magic, weaving wonders into the fabric of our world. Lysara raises an amulet, its surface shimmering with ancient power. This amulet, it belonged to the last celestial to grace our lands. She proclaims, its energy palpable. Queen Alara's commanding presence fills the royal chambers as she implores Arundel to step forward. Arundel falters, his youthful face etched with uncertainty as he questions his own capabilities. But what if I fail? What if I'm not strong enough? Queen Alara's voice rises, her patience wearing thin as she rebukes his fears. Enough, doubt is a poison, Arundel. Cast it aside. Unseen, Alaric halts outside the chamber, drawn by the escalating tension within. In the dead of night, Arundel, haunted by the castle's intrigues, seeks solace in forbidden cosmic arts. Alone in the castle library, Arundel chants, unleashing a spell too mighty for mortal control. Magic spirals wildly, a vortex of raw energy rips through the night, visible to all within the city. General Corvin stands alone in the chilling night, his gaze drawn upward to the tumultuous vortex above Valoria. The night air carries the scent of pine and distant storms as he peers through the glass, searching for answers in the swirling chaos. With a resolute tone, General Corvin declares, "We move at dawn." Valorian troops cross the border, signaling the start of war. King Thalon mobilizes Aetherius defenses in response to the invasion. Amidst the chaos, King Thalon urges Arundel to quicken his training. Amidst looming war preparations, Queen Alara orchestrates the annual Royal Ball, a dazzling spectacle of diplomacy. Faint music drifts on the night air as Prince Alaric stands alone on the castle balcony, his handsome face marked by a haunting sadness. A cloaked figure emerges from the shadows, joining Prince Alaric in the darkness. Bathed in the warm glow of chandeliers, Lysara, radiant in a shimmering gown, subtly beckons Arundel away from the admiring crowd. Arundel follows, ever eager to bask in her approval as the air crackles with unspoken anticipation. In a hushed alcove, Lysara's voice drips with honeyed caution. "Arundel, darling, your displays are captivating, but perhaps a touch too obvious?" Arundel responds, his enthusiasm undeterred. "But the people love it. Just a little magic to brighten their evening." Lysara's gaze sharpens, a veiled warning in her tone. "Cosmic magic isn't a parlor trick, Arundel. It responds to intention, to the deepest desires of the heart. Are you certain you wish to wield it merely for entertainment?" Arundel dances with noble daughters, his grace a stark contrast to the hushed schemes swirling around him. The ballroom's delicate dance of political maneuvering fades as Arundel hears whispers of stars, a celestial chorus. The starlight voices warn him of a betrayal, a danger lurking within his own household. Amidst the swirling gowns and polished shoes, the music halts as a royal messenger bursts into the ballroom, panic etched on his face. "Your Majesty! Valorians! They're advancing! They're at the border!" A shadowy figure lunges towards King Thalon with a dagger, intent on betrayal. Arundel steps in front of the king, her hands glowing with cosmic energy. She conjures a shimmering shield, deflecting the attack. The blast reveals a hidden compartment behind a tapestry, exposing Alaric's treasonous correspondence with the Valorians. Alaric sits alone in the cold dungeon, dust motes dancing in the dim light. Arundel enters, her face a mask of sorrow and firm resolve. "Alaric, why?" Alaric retorts, his voice echoing in the chamber. "Why what, Arundel? Why breathe? Why defy a tyrant?" Arundel's face hardens. Treason is not defiance, it's betrayal. Alaric scoffs, his voice dripping with scorn. "Betrayal? He betrayed us all the moment he took the throne." Arundel insists, her voice laced with desperation. "The kingdom needs stability, Alaric. Father provides that." Alaric challenges her with fervor. "Stability built on lies and fear. Is that what you want, Arundel? A gilded cage?" Lysara guides Arundel toward an ancient temple, its stones resonating with celestial power. A palpable cosmic energy envelops them, swirling with visible force as war looms. In the Grand War Council chamber, stern faces gather around the polished table, masking hidden agendas. Subtle glances pass among the members of the War Council, their allegiance veiled in secrecy. Unseen, the Shadow Council manipulates the Council, steering the kingdom toward a dark destiny. Lysera initiates a series of trials, probing Erendel's magical prowess. She challenges his character, demanding difficult choices. His decisions echo through the ancient temple. King Thalon traverses the opulent room, his face etched with worry as shadows flicker around him. He pauses before his advisor, his voice barely a whisper above the fire. "I am troubled by Lysara's growing influence over Erendel. Her words, they carry a weight I do not understand." His eyes narrow with suspicion. "I need to know more about her, where she comes from, her intentions." The king's voice hardens with resolve. "Order a secret investigation, leave no stone unturned." Erendel battles through the ancient temple's trial, sweat glistening on his brow as he perseveres. A blinding light erupts, and Erendel falls to his knees, overwhelmed by the sudden radiance. Celestial beings ascend into the heavens, their ethereal forms shimmering and dissolving into the light. Visions of Lysara flicker amidst the divine display, revealing a figure of immense power. Erendel and Lysara march resolutely through the castle gates, the air tense with the anticipation of an impending siege. Banners flutter wildly as soldiers rush to reinforce the walls, their movements urgent against the backdrop of looming conflict. Erendel's eyes widen, spotting Tavin amidst the chaos. Tavin, adorned in gleaming armor, proudly displays the insignia of Captain of the Royal Guard. Tavin paces restlessly in the dim light, shadows mirroring his inner turmoil. "I am worried about Lysara. The prophecy, it haunts me. I have been reading ancient accounts. Some suggest the Starfall heir could bring doom, not salvation." In the Queen's chambers, Queen Alara gathers with the Shadow Council, their meeting shrouded in secrecy. Driven by visions of a powerful dynasty, she has been working with them since before Erendel's birth. Erendel stands in the castle library, surrounded by the scent of aged parchment. Moonlight streams through the arched windows, revealing dust motes dancing in the air. He runs a hand along the spines of ancient tomes, seeking answers. He discovers texts hinting at cosmic magic, a force beyond the stars. Under the shroud of night, Prince Alaric, accompanied by shadowy figures, orchestrates a daring escape from captivity. He sprints towards the Valorian camp, his heart echoing with a symphony of dread and anticipation. Upon reaching the camp, he delivers pivotal strategic intelligence, his tone a blend of exhaustion and fierce resolve. Silhouetted against the night, Valorian scouts emerge from the forest, their armor gleaming faintly in the moonlight. Tavin falls, mortally wounded, after intercepting a deadly blow meant for Erendel. Panic grips Erendel as he kneels beside Tavin, his face a mask of desperation. A surge of arcane energy erupts, binding their fates together in the heart of the dark forest. The Valorian army descends upon the plains, a vast expanse of steel and banners rippling in the wind. At the forefront, General Corvin, a seasoned warrior, and Prince Alaric, his youthful face hardened with determination, spearhead the assault. Before the towering gates of Etheria, King Thalon emerges, his royal presence defiant against the encroaching threat. Within Etheria's walls, defenders rush to their posts, a desperate flurry of activity against the impending onslaught. Against the imposing Etheria gates, Erendel stands beside his father, their somber presence a stark contrast to the looming conflict. Across the field, Alaric appears, a smirk playing on his lips as his gaze locks onto Erendel, igniting the air with tension. General Corvin steps forward, his voice booming across the battlefield. "Erendel, surrender now and spare your people further bloodshed." With the specter of war looming, Lysara prepares Erendel for the battles ahead, initiating her into the combative applications of cosmic magic. Flickering candlelight casts long shadows across the Queen's chambers, where Queen Alara leans in, her eyes gleaming with ambition and deceit. Queen Alara secretly provides Alaric with information about Erendel's training, believing she can manipulate both sons. In the dim king's chambers, King Thalon is engrossed in ancient scrolls. Candlelight dances across his face, revealing a deepening worry as unsettling truths emerge. His investigation into Lysara reveals no trace of her existence before the court. Doubt clouds his features as he confronts the mystery surrounding Lysara. The Valorian army advances, their war drums echoing across the battlefield as they prepare to breach Etheria. Erendel channels his arcane energies, weaving a shimmering barrier to protect Etheria's gates. A surge of cosmic power erupts, forming an impenetrable shield against the onslaught. Valorian soldiers, adorned in silver armor, charge fiercely towards the shimmering barrier, their weapons brandished in defiance. Impacts against the barrier unleash cosmic energy, violently repelling the soldiers. Erendel, his eyes radiating intense concentration, struggles to uphold the shield. Sweat glistens on Erendel's brow as he battles to control the surging power, his body trembling with exertion. Alaric guides the Valorian soldiers through the dense forest, their mission shrouded in secrecy. The soldiers move carefully through the trees, their footsteps muffled by the forest floor. They advance deeper, determined to outmaneuver Aetheria's formidable defenses. Lysara, sensing danger, nervously scans the surroundings, her brow furrowed with growing concern. She urgently turns to Arundel. "Hes coming, we need to move now." Arundel remains stoic, a shadow of hesitation clouding his features as he replies, "I can't just abandon my post. The gates." General Corvin's booming voice signals a full-scale assault, tearing through the morning air. Aetheria's outer defenses buckle and break under the relentless attack. Arundel watches the unfolding chaos. A grim understanding settles upon him. He must make a difficult choice. Arundel materializes abruptly in the forest, a whirlwind of displaced leaves swirling around him. He prepares to confront Alaric, the destiny of Aetheria's gates uncertain.